Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is blasting the Trump administration for what he says is their plan to deploy 100 military troops to Chicago.
Pritzker said that the DHS sent a memo to the DOD about needing protection for ICE personnel and facilities.
Here's the governor laying into the Trump administration. Take a look.
ICE is running around the loop, harassing people for not being white. Just a year ago, that was illegal in the United States. Now, ICE is making it commonplace. This is not about fighting crime or about public safety. This is about sowing fear and intimidation and division among Americans. It was about creating a pretext to send armed military troops into our communities.
Pritzker also made comments that caught the attention of some conservatives on X. Let's listen.
When you add to that the Trump administration's effort to label as dangerous free speech critical of him, White House senior staff calling the Democratic Party fascist, you cannot call this anything except an attack on the Constitution of the United States.
ICE agents were spotted in Chicago on Monday, and federal agents clashed with protesters throughout the weekend. Trump posted footage of one of these confrontations and wrote, "Border Patrol will take no nonsense." Interesting that J.B. Pritzker is objecting to Democrats being called fascist.
Yeah, that was. I thought he should hold off on that line.
Because
they both
people are mad that they get called. Look, everybody.
They both throw it around. It's dramatic.
This is silly. We all use, over
dramatic terms.
Overhyped. Obama is a communist, Marxist, socialist,
treasonous. According to you didn't say that, but that was.
But I would say
the administration.
Is he actually a communist? No, he was a state corporatist type person. He's a progressive, etc. And is Trump? J.D. Vance called Trump Hitler. It doesn't. People use overheated language. I don't care. I don't think there's a connection between overheated language and violence for the most part.
The connection that I see the most clearly is the fact that every state.
But you can't complain they're being called fascist if your own people are calling Trump fascist all the time.
But yes, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
The root of this issue is that we keep seeing this is like a broken record. Trump wants to go into a new city or state. Half people don't agree, half the people agree. It makes an uncomfortable, tension-filled situation when he can just have dialogue with local officials, which is standard, even in a national emergency, like a real one.
But he wants to deport all the illegal immigrants, and the local officials don't. So it's you're saying that there's mixed views on it, but the federal government's view is that we can send in ICE to deport the illegal immigrants.
Right, but he's going around and putting fear in the locals' hearts to even bring their kids to school or do normal things when there could be a way to handle this, like the bill that was almost passed when President Trump was running, but he asked all Republicans not to vote for that bipartisan bill through Congress that would have put, hopefully, a long-term plan on how to settle this immigration chaotic situation that we're in. And obviously Biden wasn't handling well either.
So this is deporting vast.
Well, yeah, but businesses are failing. The economy is tanking because of it. Like there's several repercussions to it. So it's not like Trump's way or the highway is the American people's way. And if he's the president of American people, he is actually hurting and doing many things by not just deporting the criminals that he promised to deport on the campaign trail. So all I'm saying is dialogue is necessary in order for realistic long-term solutions. And he's skipping that whole part. He's skipping Congress, which is pretty standard for him at this point. And he's skipping conversations with local leaders. And Republicans have ran on the fact that they like states to independently run themselves and cities to independently run themselves.
Not on immigration.
Because everyone is different. Yeah, that's the one caveat. You can't be like the people that want everyone to lead, except with the issue that I feel fired up about or got my base fired up.
Well, the Supreme Court has said that's a federal issue and that states can't have their own immigration policies.
Okay, so that he needs to push it back through Congress and create a federal law, like we were trying to do.
Well, I mean, the law just says they're illegal immigrants, so they're subject to deportation.
You actually don't agree with what you're saying right now. You don't think
no,
it's the
I'm
best
just explaining what the justification is.
I know, but you don't agree with it.
I want to. I know, but yes, I.
So he's justified to move forward, but it also is not the best way to run our country. It's not the best way.
I'm saying you have to make a consequentialist argument. You can't say he's not allowed to do it, or you say here's why doing it is worse overall for the country, which is what you were saying. And
right,
he can go. Mostly agree.
He can't go in there for random crime. I guess he can go in there for immigration. No,
he can go in there for immigration.
Right, that's it.
Right,
but not random crime. So next on Rising, we're 9 months into Trump's second presidential term, and Democrats are still trying to figure out what's next for the party. Stick around. We'll talk about it.